What's up, everyone? So again, thank you for joining. I got my coffee with me right here. And for anyone that's new, this is our coffee training talk. And so it's normally outside, but it is pouring rain and a little lightning today. So I'm inside today. And today this topic's a pretty good one. I like it a lot. It's short, sweet, and to the point. But if you guys like this page, feel free to, like these videos, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a video so you can have some coffee and some breakfast and join in on the fun. Well, today's video is going to be talking about the idea of when should I change an exercise, right? I get this question quite a bit. And is it okay to rotate exercises? How do you rotate exercises? Should I only do one exercise? And let's just answer this really quickly. So I think there's two things you need to consider. One, is that exercise you're doing a competition exercise? If so, you should probably keep it around. Something like a bench press, a squat, or a deadlift for a powerlifter is probably something you want to make sure you're training, and training often, at least for the sake of technique and skill. The same way you want to train a jump shot, right? So if you're playing basketball, you want to be able to shoot hoops, you should practice that. If you're a lifter, you should do your sport. So let's get that out of the way. The second one is the idea of variability, or variation without variability, I should say. And this is a principle I like to follow. And it's simply the idea that we can have different variations of exercises without having variability in the stimuli the exercise is providing. Think about it like this. If you do a dumbbell jump, a trap bar jump, a squat jump, or all in different kinds of loaded jumps, you could say, well, that's basically a different, there is right, a variation in the movement pattern. They're different, slightly movement patterns, but the variability between the exercises is very small. They're probably being trained with the same loading reps and sets and schemes. So the stimuli is basically, right, at the end of the day, the same. It is some variation of an exercise trying to accomplish the same task. And so when that's the case, I love variations. It's more fun, I think. You get to try new movements. You might find that one movement's more comfortable for you versus the other. It allows for a lot of movement exploration and different kind of implements you might want to use, a med ball, a kettlebell, a trap bar, without getting in the way of the actual purpose of the exercise. So you're still kind of working the same muscles, you're still doing it with the same intent, the same loading scheme. Where people get in trouble is when they start having variable stimuli. So they want to do one exercise for 5 reps and one exercise for 35 reps, all the same day maybe, and they're trying to do one for endurance and one for maximal power. And you could actually make this mistake even with the same movement being used. If you did a trap bar, for example, and you did it for 5 reps and you did it for 25 reps, that is a variability, right, within the stimulus. It's a different stimuli. So again, I like to think the idea of variation without variability. I like to add variations, different kind of, you're doing tricep exercises. You might do lots of tricep exercises of different kinds with the same intent. And West Side Barbell, I think, is a good example of this, where they have lots of I get getting messed up in my head even. It's early, I apologize, haven't had my coffee. They have lots of variations of exercises, but again, not much variability in the training stimuli. They follow a very regimented plan of how many dynamic effort day, a max effort day, and so on. And they might do different exercises, so they have different variations, but it's not variable in terms of the stimuli that they're performing. So again, we should consider that. I think that's a really important concept, is that we are trying to, the exercise and the loading scheme of it's being done with a purpose, and you're doing it for a reason, and it's probably for a specific goal. The movement's done because you want certain muscles to be used and probably that movement pattern to be used. And so if we can pick an exercise that's still kind of within those same muscles and same movement pattern, that is a variation of an exercise, and it's not going to be variable loading and variable stimuli as long as the exercise is being done in the same loading parameters. So I hope that makes sense. It's something that's very important and not often discussed, because we like to say, do these exercises and blah, 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 but we always forget the purpose of an exercise. And the purpose of an exercise is to deliver a stimulus, and the stimulus itself is wrapped up and bound in the form of how we load it. What's the scheme, the sets, reps, intensity, and volume, and so on. So again, when we pick our exercises and you guys want to do some exercises that are different, that's okay in my opinion. I like to do different exercises, but remember, we want the exercises to be chosen based on the fact that they are still similar in nature to muscles that we want to use and the movement pattern we actually want in the first place. But we aren't just like doing totally random ones, but there's also not variability in the loading stimulus. So I'm gonna have my coffee here. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully the storm passes. I would like to get on the turf today and do some running, some sprints, but who knows? I hope you guys have a good day. As always, thanks for listening. If you guys enjoy these conversations, please feel free to subscribe, like, share, and follow along with this. I appreciate you guys as always. Enjoy. And if you guys are still listening, a coffee sponsor would be kind of cool. I'm not sure if anyone knows any coffee sponsors out there, but I would love to give a coffee sponsor a plug at the beginning of these videos. I appreciate y'all and take care.